Hi everyone, welcome to our first live. We haven't done one of these before, and I'm really interested in actually learning how these work. So I guess there are not many people on. We are a fairly new channel, and I guess we don't have as many people as some of the other bigger ones. But I'm happy to just hang about and see what you guys are up to. Leave any questions or any comments in the chat, and let's just have a bit of a chat for a little bit. Um, you know, any questions, any comments, anything that's happened in your day. Um, I can see that there's one person on, so if maybe you can drop a comment below, that'd be great, and we can start a conversation and see what's up, what's going on, what's happening in your world. I'm currently based in Brisbane, so we just came out of a 3-day lockdown, which is not something grueling or any longer than a lot of people have faced down south in Melbourne or Sydney. But it was certainly an interesting move by the Queensland government, and I think it was a move that I quite appreciated. Um, and yeah, it was quite interesting. Great. Um, Let me see. Is there anyone else on the call? Well, just waiting for more people to come on. I guess there's just one person on. But yeah, it's really interesting seeing how these live streams work and how they operate. It was definitely a little bit of a challenge getting onto this in the first place. It actually took us about a couple of days for YouTube to actually allow us to do a live stream. Because you have to get a pre-approval, and once you get that pre-approval, it takes about 24 hours. But we were a bit slack in some ways, and it actually took us a couple of days longer because, well, I didn't really look or see what we actually needed to do in order to get that live stream going. But to introduce our channel once again, apart from our introductory video, this channel is essentially to just talk about things that are happening in business in general around the world, covering a bit of politics, a bit of business, innovation, technology, different industry verticals, different industries in general, just to kind of provide a platform for entrepreneurs or business leaders to kind of come along and actually form a part of a community where we can share new ideas and be able to express what's happening and share that knowledge and help other people that are coming up through those industries as well, which I find quite great. And I'm really excited for this channel. As much as I see a lot of potential for growth. I see a lot of interesting people that we could potentially reach out to and kind of engage with. At the moment, it's a bit slow getting traction. We're still trying to establish ourselves, and I really do look forward to what we can bring in the future. And as well as my personal development, I'm hoping to really grow over time with this channel and bring in a lot of people also to help me understand how that growth happens and what the best way to manage it is, so that other people that are interested in doing something like this are able to actually come along and play a part in this ecosystem that is YouTube, and as well as contribute to knowledge and information sharing. I guess at the moment, we'll do a lot of these videos, and a lot of these videos won't necessarily be just informative. There might be just me talking for a little bit. As we start this channel, I guess there's not going to be as much content, but I'm trying to work out how to create content and what the best way is possible to achieve that. And I think it's really interesting. And I think that it would be great as we start growing to bring in some quite interesting characters to share their stories about entrepreneurship, business, what they've faced in the market as leaders, as employees, as innovators, so that we can kind of grow over time. And I think that's the really exciting prospect of having a channel like this without any boundaries, without any ties to anything. It really will allow us to kind of go out there and do whatever we feel is appropriate at the time, and it will allow us to kind of dig deeper and really understand what's moving, what's happening in the world. But I guess as we discuss things now, it's quite a turbulent time at the moment, and it's quite interesting as well because we're facing a lot of change globally, and I guess these effects are being quite aggravated and kind of intensified by political tensions and a worldwide pandemic. And it would be really interesting if there are any small businesses watching here, how you've managed to kind of surpass those challenges and move on, or any innovators that have kind of taken advantage of this opportunity and really strive to actually boost their business. We've seen a lot of larger businesses that have managed to take, tremendous advantage of the implications brought on by COVID, such as Zoom and Amazon and a few of the other online retailers and software as a service platforms. They've really managed to capitalize on this, this opportunity that they have, where the consumer is at home and they really need those services, but obviously due to restrictions, we can't actually go out to those services. I've seen a lot of really smart individuals as well going out and buying a lot of brands that have shut down due to COVID. So that's something that's going to pop up in a few years as well. What's happening with those brands that were traditionally brick and mortar stores? Are those brands actually going to come back onto an online presence, onto a retail brick and mortar presence, or is it just a failed attempt at essentially reviving those brands? It would be a really interesting thing to see and kind of witness, to see how those brands actually come back up, and if they revive or if they're going to essentially come back. But overall, there's a lot of really interesting developments. There's a lot of interesting companies I've been speaking to in the last few weeks and months, and they've all done a great job. And it's really important that we kind of highlight those companies and show what their potential is. Some really interesting innovations, and I think that it'll be quite great to get some of their leaders onto this channel so we can talk about what's been happening within their space and how they've managed to stay alive but thrive inside the COVID-19 arena. But as we approach our 10-minute mark, I'll try and keep these videos to about 10 minutes, because that will allow us to keep it brief, keep it nice and short, but also discuss things with a bit more time, but not too much time, so that you can watch these videos, throughout the day, and they're quick 10-minute, short, sharp kind of wrap-ups of what's going on in the world. We might bring in one or two people, making sure that we have plenty of time for everyone. And as we go along, we'll adjust the 10 minutes and maybe extend it or contract it, however much we need to. And I'm really looking forward to kind of getting everyone on board. And if you could potentially subscribe to us, that'd be great. But if not, don't worry. I think as long as you guys are watching this video, I think that that's the most important thing. And if you are a small business, or if you are an innovator, a leader, a person, a people person, a leader of a company, a leader of a community, we would love to hear from you. If you can leave a comment below with your email, or maybe just leave a comment below, and we'll try and reach out to you and contact you in the best way possible, and try and bring you along. I think it'll be great to have some leaders across different areas, different fields, different types of leaders as well, where it's just not primarily focused on companies. We would love to chat with some community leaders and see what you're doing during this time to ensure that your community is still engaged and your community is still doing well and thriving. But if you and lastly, I'd like to thank everyone for that's joined today, and thank you so much for joining. And once again, we're trying to build our channel and it would be great if you guys could keep following us, keep watching our videos, keep interacting with us, and I'll see you all next week.